it's Dr. Keith with the EF2 Realty Team, powered by Keller Williams, and our awesome agent, Christy Abernathy.
Hey everyone, how's everybody out there doing today?
That's great. Well, we wanted to get together and talk a little bit about one of your specialties, which is helping people find land or property for horses and horse farms.
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's something you're familiar with?
Slightly.
All right, you've got a background. You're being very modest right now. Tell us a little bit about what your knowledge is about horses and everything about horses.
So I grew up riding when I was a kid. I started riding in cornfields in Ohio and moved here 20 years ago. But my side hustle has always been training horses, managing horse farms. I was a ranch camp counselor when I was in college, managed a 50 horse herd, managed my own training program. So I have owned a farm since 2008. And that was here in Georgia in Ball Ground. And just last year, I sold that farm in 2 days. It was on the market for 2 days, and used that equity that I got from that property and bought another property that needed to be developed into what I needed, what my needs were for that period of time.
Okay, so I guess if you're saying about horses, not every piece of ground is horse friendly.
Yes.
I'm a non-horse person. I'm sorry, but
I will happily elaborate
please tell us what you're looking for.
So many times agents see acreage and they go, okay, I'm going to go on this listing appointment. It's got acreage. It must have, you might be able to put horses on it. Not every property is suitable for horses. The terrain may be bad. It may not have enough pasture. It may not be enough for what somebody would want. So I've seen oftentimes people say, oh, I have 1.5 acres of land. Come bring your horses. You need 2 acres per horse.
Oh, okay.
In order for it to be suitable. Otherwise, you run into some serious erosion issues. You can run into parasite issues with your animals and some major problems with your neighbors too.
Okay. Sometimes I've seen listings where people say it's fenced in already, half the work is done. What kind of fencing are you looking for?
So many horse people do not like, and myself included, barbed wire fence.
Okay.
Wire fence in general can be a little bit iffy. A lot of people like the appeal of a 4-board fence, and 4-board fence is generally speaking going to keep your animals in look very tidy, but it's also kind of a maintenance nightmare. So there's some fencing that is really optimal for horses. There's some fencing that's optimal for cattle. There's some fencing that if you keep mini horses or mini donkeys, that they're just going to escape. It's like a suggestion more than something that will actually be effective.
Okay. Grass. Is there a particular kind of grass? I know we have certain grasses for athletic fields. How about for horses?
So for horses, by and large, most properties have fescue grass. The problem with that is if you're raising brood mares and foals, if brood mares are out on fescue, they have a phytocyte on the fescue that can cause complications during their 3rd trimester. So you want to make sure you at least have a dry lot available or some kind of Bermuda grass for them to eat off of while they're in their 3rd trimester. Otherwise, if you just have horses, any kind of grass is going to be fine for them as long as it's enough. A lot of people who are horse people are also grass farmers. Okay. And having grass is really important so that your hay bill doesn't go sky high in the wintertime.
Okay. What other kind of structures are you looking for your client that wants to do, a gentleman or gentle lady's horse farm? What kind of structures?
Oh my gosh, that can run the gambit. So if you're just hoping to have retired horses at home, a 3-sided shed is perfectly fine for that. If you are hoping to have a professional facility where you're going to have high-end clients flying in on jets, then you're going to want to have a high-end barn. And so obviously the structures on that can go from, having a $5,000 3-sided run-in shed to a multi-million-dollar barn with European stalls and an indoor arena and things of that nature.
Okay, all right. probably one of the questions that comes up, do you have any kind of contact with banking people that might, finance a farm?
So yes, so financing a farm can be challenging.
Okay.
There are a lot of lenders who just specialize in single family housing. So I've got contacts. There's a contact at Regions Bank we have a land guy at Silverton Mortgage. But most of the time you need 20% down if you're just buying land.
Okay.
Now, if you're doing a jumbo loan, those things change. If you're doing a USDA loan, those things change. But not every property would qualify for all of those things. So you really have to talk to a lender and really get pre-qualified to know what resources you need. Plus, if there's something that you find that doesn't have all the things, but it checks most of the boxes, what it's going to cost to build the things that you need to get your property where you want it to be.
Okay. What's the 3 things that are most important about getting property?
Oh my goodness. Location.
There you go.
So, a lot of times I get people coming from out of state and they say, I am a dressage rider. I don't want to be super far away from any showgrounds. Where should I be? Or I have a trainer that is in Alpharetta. I want to stay within a certain price point. How much can I get here where I can trailer to my trainer?
Okay.
I like to trail ride. Where is the nearest trail riding places? I mean, we're so fortunate. We've got Garland Mountain. We've got trail systems in Alpharetta and Milton. We've got Dawson Forest. We've got Chattahoochee Hills where you can show but also go and school the showgrounds.
Okay.
It's really kind of sky's the limit in the metro area.
But they're going to know what they like, and then it's
up to me to help
try and find the match.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
You're a
So
matchmaker.
I'm a matchmaker, and
Okay.
that's what I always say is, this is a specific niche, and horse people in general have a language,
Okay.
and everybody has their a different way that they keep horses, especially if they're keeping them at home.
Okay.
And it's so expensive, oftentimes it's cost prohibitive to board your horses where somebody else takes care of them, that it's more of an investment to buy some acreage, where your acreage, if it goes up $5,000 an acre and you have 10 acres, that's $50,000 in equity every single time it rises $5,000. But you're also you have the security of keeping your horse at home and managing that cost. I have 5 horses at home that are all retirees, and I used to compete them. And so obviously, their needs have changed, my needs have changed, and all of that kind of goes into what you're looking for in a property.
Okay, great. So, this has been Christy with a wealth of knowledge. I've got all this new information. Not that I'm going to go buy a horse, but if I did, I'd definitely talk to you. She's our matchmaker, so if you're looking for horse farm or horse property, she's your gal. Give her a call. Tell everybody your number.
My number is 770-312-7354.
And we'll put that on the video as well. But thank you for listening to us and our EF2 Realty team, powered by Keller Williams. This has been Dr. Keith with Christy. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Bye now.